In the ancient Mediterranean world of the Gospels, marriage, divorce, and adultery have very different meanings than what 21st century Western Christians understand by these terms. No matter what Catholic teachers tell you, Western Christians don't practice biblical marriage. Biblical marriages were between families. And unlike the engagements and marriages of which we are familiar, biblical marriage partners were not self-selecting. That's because biblical marriages were arranged. Each Israelite family selected a partner, and the union produced was intended to bind the families together, to pool both families' honor. This shared honor formed a stronger unit, a more formidable in-group. This was the same all over the ancient circum-Mediterranean world. Ancient Mediterraneans like Jesus believed that just as children cannot choose their parents, so too children could not choose their marriage partners. For Jesus and other ancient Israelites, the God of Israel chose the parents, and through one's parents, God chose the marriage partners. Hence Jesus' cultural truism about marriage in Mark chapter 10, verse 9, "What God has joined together, let no one separate." For Jesus and pretty much almost every Mediterranean at his time, divorce was unacceptable. Why? Well, it should be evident to you if you understand the nature of ancient Mediterranean marriages. The only marriage that you can find in the Mediterranean Bible. The only marriage that Jesus knew. Unlike American divorce, Mediterranean biblical divorce is not just the separation of two partners, but instead the separation of two families. Biblical society, like all Mediterranean societies, was driven by the values of honor and shame. Jesus understands that if a divorce happens between two first-century Israelite families, the family of the bride will be shamed. In particular, the bride's male relatives would bear the shame in public, as well as the responsibility to remedy it. Inescapably, feuding will result. Blood feud will engulf the village. In the Middle East, when blood feud happens, it is game over. And this is why Jesus forbids divorce. Context is crucial, friends. Notice that Jesus is not talking about marriage and divorce as presented by contemporary Catholic teaching, or as understood by other Western people today. People today can imagine various scenarios where divorce and remarriage are not only allowable, but in fact would be the healthy course of action. But imagine the misery produced by fundamentalistically misreading Jesus, mistaking him to be talking about marriage and divorce in any cultural setting, at any historical period, like the way we Western people understand. It would be disastrous.
My parents did not get along. That's a serious understatement. But they would not divorce, because they understood the Bible to prohibit it. And the moral and theological authority of the Bible in the life of the Christian meant no divorce. So they stuck it out until the day they died. Bad idea in my view, but they took the authority of the Bible seriously.